on YouTube. This is the very latest news from Fabulous 103 and the Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. It would be great if you liked and subscribed to us.
The Prime Minister's father, banned from politics but essentially the de facto leader of the ruling party, has more than his share of headlines over the past few days. He, not his daughter, announced plans to develop a regulated cryptocurrency, so-called sandbox, on Phuket. That's planned to study the effectiveness and benefits of crypto transactions and also appears to tick the boxes of other nations considering a similar approach. It's aimed at so-called stable coins, which are nowadays seen as virtual currencies backed by genuine funding or values. But he's gone further in another speech, promising that the state will build 1 million affordable government housing projects. With 7,000 built so far, he told prospective voters that they can expect another 100,000 this year alone. And then on Saturday told that casino licences will be authorised, but only within entertainment complexes and then by auction to the highest bidder. The former Prime Minister and later invalid, too sick to serve his jail term, has come back with mega energy in recent months and even told another group that he was back in power to deal with drug traffickers. That at least was a success during his legitimate leadership era, when any involved were targeted relentlessly, seeing the trade dwindle due to the extreme punishments and aggressive efforts to put an end to the trade. Bangkok residents have now officially been recommended to work from home wherever possible as smog blights the city and region. Predicted last week, the BMA made the recommendation from today through to at least midweek, and that's expected to become a longer period too. This as schools now each have the authority to close during the same period if recommended. Smog levels are at foul heights for much of the country. Whilst most know better than to mess with the Interior Minister Anutin, one scammer it seems didn't know who he or she was talking to when he was called and told that his credit card had gone over its limit and that he needed to make a transfer to cover the balance. Now a multi-millionaire in his own right, Anutin quickly figured it was a scam and for fun kept the caller online in a conversation for quite a while. That, though, has left him more determined, so we're told, to rid the country of what has become a spreading virus of phone and online scams, and as a gesture he's recognised that most call centres are in neighbouring countries, using phone links and power supplies that come from Thailand. So he's expected to double down on the cutting of electricity and phone services to them in the near future. The Thai Met Office predicts even colder temperatures in the north and central areas over the coming weeks, but at the same time storms for other regions, including the south. This as Thailand reels from a series of forest fires last week and has seen police and state officials remind all that laws prohibiting random bonfires and people who start forest fires on purpose do exist and will be applied to anyone caught. Between 400,000 and 2 million baht in fines or 4 to 20 years behind bars. This as the dry season is pretty much well established here and likely to run through to May. Meanwhile at home and in a twisted tale, a Belgian man has told that he was scammed by a wannabe real estate agent claiming to be an army colonel but working part-time in property. He says he was duped to sign documents to transfer the property he was selling and to buy a smaller one for cash, only to find that both deals were scams and he lost 8 million baht. As we've recommended constantly not to transfer funds to anyone except registered lawyers, a check on the so-called agent saw her family claim that she'd been in a long-term relationship with the Belgian man and that they'd broken up, seeing both finding new partners. A twist for sure, but reality is that no one should transfer money to a seller until the property transfer is completed at the land office. Meanwhile at home, in Rayon province, police were called to a beach where a man and his 2 girlfriends had decided to end it all by driving his car into the sea. The plan went wrong though, as the wheels sunk into the sand. Unthwarted, they ran toward and into the ocean to say their final goodbyes. But the cold water put them off the idea. You can't make it up for sure, and police logs show that the less than dynamic trio were taken to hospital by medics. No word on the car. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 28 degrees, some through high clouds, dropping down to 22 tonight, and the real feel at the top of the day of around 28,
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.